we doing, Born Daggers? It's your buddy Beaner. It's Friday night. It's pizza night. Say, I threw my first pizza videos out there, I don't know, 3 months ago. And they have a lot of traction. But this was before I was doing some editing and things along those lines. And I've learned a lot about the requests in what you guys are seeking to make pizza. And I've also, believe it or not, I've gotten a little bit better at making pizza every week. Oftentimes people ask me, do you use a screen? Where's the screen? Why aren't you using a screen? I just don't get it. So we're going to try to answer your questions in one fell swoop. Okay, this is Born to Egg on YouTube with Rob Beane. If this is helpful, I need you to subscribe for me. Okay, let's go. It's Born to Egg. Let's get after this thing. I'm going to bring this to you with a screen and without. Okay. First thing that I see a lot of is, how do you get your egg up to temp? What do you do to bring that thing up to temp? The other amazing thing is how many different ways you guys there is to set up an egg for everything, but in particular for pizza. So we're gonna walk down Lover's Lane tonight with pizza. That's what we're gonna do. It's Friday night. My family's stoked. It's been a couple of weeks since we dug into one. And we're gonna get the party started by having a sip and lighting this egg, okay? Now, when I fry my fries, I save my oil. What do I do with said oil? I use it to light my grill. 3 pieces of Selecta Sheet, Bounty. Old oil. No mess. Now, if you look at my setup here, you guys, right as I'm getting ready to light this thing, you're gonna see I've got a firebox and it's cracked. Okay, you're not the only one. Then you're gonna see I've got this little intermediate ring here that's actually about half the size of a fire ring, and I picked that up a couple of years ago. I actually have 2 of them, and it's awesome for bringing this thing up a little bit more, because you know, with pizza, the goal is to get it as high up in the dome as possible. So I've got that 2-inch ring. You can use tinfoil balls or fire-safe bricks or things along those lines, but I like to use ceramic. So that's what I've got. Now, here we go. That's how I light my egg, ladies and gentlemen. Now here's the interesting thing. I've got the bottom busted wide open. I cleaned this thing out pretty doggone well. Not vacuumed it, but I scraped her good. Okay. Inside I've got all fresh charcoal except for maybe 3-4 inches of a little bit older charcoal. Okay. And if you look down here carefully, you're going to see I am a fan of the Kick Ash basket, and I do use rock wood charcoal. Clutch. Not a lot of smokiness. Burns hot. Perfect for pizza, and you can get it in most places. So check it. This thing's gonna get going. I'm gonna let it warm up for about 10 minutes, just like this, you guys. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put my setup down, and I'll show you exactly what that entails after we wait for this thing to heat up, and I'm gonna start prepping my other stuff to get the pizzas going. In a perfect world, you would have exactly what it takes to make the perfect Big Green Egg pizza. I'm gonna show you how to create the perfect world, kids. Infrared temp gun. The brand of this is Sontax. Cost me like 15 bucks at Menards, Home Depot. It is a lifesaver for a billion different reasons. My buddy Chris Mazie, hey yo, think about it. Pizza cutter comes in handy. I'm loyal to Big Green Egg. Pizza pans. It's all about presentation. Uh-oh, stop it. Pizza screen. Very controversial these days. Crazy. Paddle. Well, oh, I'm sorry. Peel. Paddle. These ingredients is exactly what you need to make the perfect pizza. Cheese. Let you in a secret, kids. If I look as if I'm carrying a few extra pounds, I am. And you know why I am? It's because of whole milk mozzarella cheese. It's designed for pizza. Fresh balls, mozzarella balls. My sauce, Check it out. We've got an entire video based on the sauce. If you want to see something else, for the love of God, let us know. Fresh basil, cornmeal, flour, doughs. Okay, these are my homemade doughs. I thawed them out. I've got them stacked. I'm bringing them to room temp. Cento is your friend, kids. It's what I used to make my sauce. Everything's called margarita, but I'll tell you what, this pepperoni is what I used. Sliced it by hand with the crappiest slicer that I can imagine, but they're very, very thin. And a big question is, do you pre-cook your veggies and do you pre-cook your meats? And my answer is, you do. You do. Not for long, just to suck some of that grease out, all right? Fresh Italian sausage. I went ahead and I cooked this up. It's about 77% of the way done. It'll be finished up when the pizza gets going. I'm a fan of shrooms, so we've got some of that, all right? Beverage, of course. Check it out, you guys. 10, 15 minutes in. Dome up, all the way open, okay? Now, I've got one of those cool new eggulators that keeps this thing wide open, but you know what? For a foolproof, perfect pizza on the Big Green Egg, I've done it every way possible, you guys. I go legs up. I go great. I have a Mini-Max. I use its plates that are legs up. I go Big Green Egg. Do yourself a favor. Big Green Egg stone, that is. Get yourself a stone. Stop spending 12, 15 bucks on these little stones and showing them how they cracked after one cook. You've learned. We're going to get this thing 600 degrees, okay? 650, and this stone's going to get hotter than hell, being about 525 to 550. That's what we're going to do to make the perfect pizza, kids. Let's let this thing heat up. So, the egg has been heating up. It's been about an hour. Took my dough out of its container, okay? As you can see, this thing is kind of warming up. It's very malleable. So I can, and this is a question that people ask all the time, okay, how do you do your dough? And I always show that you just kind of work the edge with your thumb and your index fingers, okay? See, I don't have a ton of flour, you guys. I don't have a ton of flour. I'm not dealing with a whole lot of sticking. Work the outer rim. Now, very controversially here, is that even a word? But something that's very controversial, I think that's better, is whether or not, oh boy, see what I'm doing here? Now that's crazy, I know. But I just take that outside rim a little bit. You can see I'm starting to shape this thing up. I'm not overdoing the handle, kids. Okay, note it's not sticking. Now what I want to do here is I'm going to use this screen. I'm going to use this screen for the first cheese pizza, which is my daughter's. All right? And I'm going to do that because I want to show you how easy it is to handle this and ultimately get it on your egg. Now we're getting close. And you know what? Knowing how my kid likes her pizza, that's probably about the thickness. I think I'm gonna do one more whirl around here. Let's go. You know, people ask as well, do you season the screen? And the answer is, I don't. I let the screen get seasoned from usage. I think that's about the thickness that I like. The handle, it's round. Cento's our friend. Cento oil. Hit it. You know, I always talk about my garlic oil. I love my garlic oil. Everybody loves my garlic oil, but I don't necessarily have any garlic oil on hand. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my sauce. And you'll notice, you guys, I'm bringing this out last second because I like to keep my sauce and my cheese cold. Right, because I think it has a tendency to stand up a little bit straighter. Take a ladle, work the magic. Now, again, I use a tomato paste, kids. I use a tomato paste. And the cool thing about a tomato paste is that it lasts for about a week. And I use it for all kinds of different things. Whole milk mozz. You know, a while back, I talked about my KitchenAid. And I talked about my cheese adapter, grater adapter. And can I tell you something? It is the bomb. I can blast through a lot of cheese. All right. You're going to see it's not overwhelming. And the reason why it's not overwhelming, guys, I like an even cook, and I don't want the crust to get soggy. All right. The fresh pearls, just finish it off nicely, I should say. I mean, who doesn't like fresh mozzarella? I go out of my way. I make it my own. Me and Bel Gilioso or Gioso or whatever the hell they're called. But they make a nice product. All right. There you go. Now, check this. I'm moving with a pizza. It's on the screen. Tell me it doesn't look incredible. Okay? No problem. Let's take this thing to the egg. So, we've got my daughter's cheese pizza. Here it is. You'll notice it's on the screen. Tip about the screen, ladies and gentlemen. You'll notice I did not make this pizza a half hour before the fact and let it sit on the screen. I brought it out. I let it heat up to room temp. I flipped it around on some flour. I put it on the screen. My egg is heated up to 600 degrees. My stone is heated up to 542. I like to go between 525 and 550. No gloves. Pizza is on the big green egg. Shutting her down. Come back in a couple minutes and spin her around, see what we got. All right, you guys, it's been about 3 minutes. Slowly open. Oh, dear. Now, one thing I forgot to mention that you need, it's not a need as much for me as it's a want. I like a fork just to pop some of the bubbles so that the entire pizza doesn't get engulfed with bubbles, all right? The other thing that people say, using a screen is cheating. Check it. Is that cheating? I don't think it is, especially when I do this. Slide it under. I'm going direct on the stone now, kids. And you're gonna see that's the reason why, because the bottom needs some cooking. All right, you guys, let's check it out here. Oh yeah. Spin. Spin. You're gonna notice that, oh man, look at that bottom. Come on. It's pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome looking pizza here. I'm gonna let it crisp up a little bit more, but the beautiful thing about the screen is, you guys, check this. If the bottom was cooking too quickly, I could throw the screen back underneath it. I don't understand what the big deal is. It's not cheating. It's an awesome tool to have. I use them for a lot of different things. All right? All right, the next pizza I'm gonna throw on is gonna be without a screen. Let's go. 6 minutes. Now I know it's just cheese, but it's a very high quality cheese. It's not very greasy. I just have to let it settle. Here's what I want you guys to take note of. Oh God, come on. It's a screen. I finished it off without. Gonna let it set up 3 to 4 minutes. Bang it away. My daughter's gonna be thrilled. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make the one without the screen. All right, you guys, so just got done with the cheese that I used with the screen. This one I'm making for my son with no screen. Now again, the question was asked, hey Beaner, do you pre-cook your stuff? And the answer is, for a couple of seconds just to get the grease out. Again, just stretching it out. Nothing crazy. Taking control of the handle. All right, see how it's shaping up nice and round? Stretch it out. Here's the difference. Cornmeal. 1 One-handed. No big deal. Check this. Yeah. I'm pretty good with that. Pretty good with that. A little bit of oil, keep the crust nice and crisp. Hit it with the sauce. Not a ton of cheese, but enough. And the thing is, you guys, you can always put a little bit more cheese on afterwards if you feel the need, okay? Pepperoni that I cut. I showed you the stick ahead of time. This stuff is just incredible. It's that margarita stuff. Gloriosos, Milwaukee, you guys are over the top. My son likes a lot of pepperoni. He doesn't like a lot of Italian sausage, so I just give him some sparse, bigger chunks. Again, I cooked this Italian sausage ahead of time, you guys, probably to about 70% of the way cooked. Chicka bang bang. A little bit more cheese. My dog is waiting for the mess. Look at that. Here's the deciding factor, watch. See how I can do that? I want to do that before I go outside. You're also going to notice I've done this enough times, the mess isn't immense. Okay? All right, let's go throw it on the egg. All right, you guys, so I came outside, and this thing is just a little bit over 600 degrees, and I'm a little over I'm right there at about 568. All right, I'm going to let this thing, again, 525 to 550 is the sweet spot. I'm going to keep this open for about 30 seconds just to let that stone cool off a little bit because I don't want to scorch the bottom of my pizza. You can see it dropping in temp just by leaving the dome open. You want to make sure that you're regulating this, you guys, between 525 and 550. Have your fork, okay? Have your fork. I was teasing before about my buddy Maisie. Reason being is we went all the way to Michigan. We made pizza on his big green egg. We're getting ready to pull the thing off. And his wife comes out with a pair of gardening shears. Gardening shears.
Gardening shears.
That's it. That's all I have to say. I'm not cutting pizza with gardening shears. All right, I'm throwing this thing on. Taste test. See how I can just slide that? Watch this. Just slide it right off, you guys. I've got a bucket to drop my excess. Again, I only use this to make pizzas on. That's why it looks so pretty. The back end from sliding it on and off looks a little beat up, which I would expect. Down goes the dome. Come on. Let's go. Big green egg pizza, born to egg. It's beautiful. A couple of more spins here, and should be ready to rock and roll. Let's go. Whole milk mozz. Hand sliced pepperoni. Very delicious Italian sausage. 600 degrees. Stone's 525 to 550. This happened to be about 548. Can you see underneath that? Just, can you see it? See if you can, yeah, you can see it. That's pizza. We like peppers. A little Parmesan. I don't know. You do you. I'm gonna keep doing this. People always ask me why I don't try it. I'm still making pizza. One bite, everybody knows rules. serious. Make this. Make this. You'd be glad you did. Born to egg. If this was helpful, God. Born to Egg, the group on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe. Let's go. Have a great weekend.